So I thought I'd do a bit of a different video today. I'm just out in my van working. The date is Thursday the 7th of July 2022. I thought I'd do a little drive around Leeds city centre because the way things are going with Leeds City Council, they are looking at pedestrianising most of the city centre, making it frankly impossible for people in cars and vans like me to get anywhere near it. So I thought before they possibly might do that, I'll do a little loop and show you what Leeds has become, because it's certainly changed over the years. So I guess if you're watching this video 20 years from now, you will know if the clean air zoned it and pedestrianised it everywhere and so on and so on. So I'm just going to work my way out of this multi-storey car park, and I will do I can't do a full loop of Leeds city centre because, as I said, I have blocked a lot of it off actually, but I can do quite a significant bit of it, so we shall see. Leeds itself, in all the years I've lived here, it used to be, for want of a better word, a gritty northern city. Certainly in the 70s and 80s, and actually quite a lot of the 90s actually. But in the last sort of 10 to 15 years or so, it's become very, as I say, metropolitan, and some would argue for the better, some would argue for the worse. That's a point of debate, I suppose. Just work my way out of here. Right, so we're going into the back street of Leeds, back streets now, coming out of the multi-storey car park, heading down towards the I suppose you'd say the legal area, near where the Crown Courts are and things like that. Come on, mate. And straight away I just started in the bottom. There we go. So this is the top end of what they call the hedgerow. So you can't turn right. You used to be able to, but you can't now. And in front of us there is the Leeds Town Hall. It's a very historic building that most people would recognise it. Nice sunny day as well, so hopefully it picks it up on the camera. Cyclists. I don't know if 20 years from now you're overrun by cyclists, but they're a pain in the arse in this. I think you'll struggle to find anybody who would argue with me on that. But tend to cut in front of you everywhere. They're a law unto themselves, but I won't get started on that. You see that bus there? It says electric on it. I believe now every council bus in Leeds is all electric now. In fact, the van I am driving right now is what I call a hybrid. So it's a mild hybrid actually. So it's a diesel with a quite a clever sort of hybrid system on it. So it reduces emissions and all sorts of stuff. I'm not really into all that, if I'm fair. I'm what you might call a bit of a petrol head. If I own a classic car actually, so I'm a through and through petrol head, but I don't really per se have any problems with electric vehicles. I just think right now the country's infrastructure couldn't support it if every single person had to charge their electric vehicle in the night. But who knows? In the future, you never know. So we're passing the building, multicoloured building on the right hand side there. You can sort of just make out that's Leeds Crown Court. You don't want to end up in there. On the left hand side, where it says Falk House there's a square there, and that's Park Square West, and that's where all the big solicitor firms, legal firms of Leeds are, because as I say, this is the legal quarter of Leeds. So we're going to just go forward here, swing down left onto Wellington Street. I'm basically just cutting a bit off to make it easier. That's the inner ring road on the right hand side where the cars are. It's two separate roads actually. That takes you basically all around the whole of the entire city of Leeds. If you stayed on it, you could literally drive around the whole of Leeds. It'd take you a long time though. So the square building in front of you there that says Yorkshire Evening Post, when I was growing up, or younger, that was the Yorkshire Evening Post building. It's all been knocked down, and you can see in the background it's replaced by modern apartments now. But back in the day it was an extremely famous building, but as I say, it's long gone now. As I say, I can't do the whole of the city centre because frankly it's impossible because you're not allowed vehicles on there, but I can do a significant chunk of it. It gives you a good idea looking at it. So the building on the right hand side that we're coming to right now, that one, that is owned by Donald Trump. It's not one of the Trump hotels or the Trump things, but it's owned by him. It's one of his sort of subsidiary companies, if you like. You can see all the old buildings here on the left and right. They're actually really nice, beautiful buildings. They're the original Leeds city centre buildings. They're at least 200 years old. That should look really nice, I think. It look better like that. But it's a Hotel Metropole, quite a famous hotel in Leeds. A lot of celebrities stay there. You obviously go left or right here, but we're not doing that. Just going straight on. When you drive through the city centre, it is very start-stopping because there's traffic lights everywhere, and there's, even though it's only 12:30 in the day, there's still traffic everywhere. So the white building you can see right in the very back there is, with the gold clock on it, is I forgot what you call it, the Leeds, what am I? And the LGI, Leeds General Infirmary, Civic Court, Leeds Civic Court, that's what I was thinking. So we're coming up to the shopping precinct area of Leeds. You can see on the left hand side they're doing a bit of work on that building. So you've got the Merion Centre on the left hand side. There used to be a great nightclub in there called Ritz's, brilliant. So that's long gone as well. And St John's Centre on the right hand side that we're just passing now. One of Leeds' oldest pubs on the right hand side here. You can see the Tudor looking one. It's about 300 or 400 years old, I think, from what I've heard. So the building you can see straight in front of you there with the little red canopy in the front of it, all the way along there and all the way down, as basic as far as you can see. If you go right there, you can't turn right, but if you could, that's the shopping precinct area. There's Leeds Grand Theatre where they put all on the theatre shows, and Harvey Nichols and all the really posh shops and things like that. So we're gonna, I can't turn right there anyway, it's all blocked off, but we're gonna now venture down onto the inner ring road, which was a road I mentioned before. This basically takes you around come off again, and basically what I'm doing is I'm doing a little bit of a loop that just cuts in out all of the bit you're not allowed to go on anymore. Leeds Beckett University, part of the actual Leeds University in front. We get into the right hand lane here because we're going through something. You can't see it from here, but on the left hand side of the road on the left where the cycle's passing now, again we're not going that way, but that's where the Leeds Arena is. I think they call it the First Direct Arena, it's just changed names actually, where all your concerts and shows are and things. Been there a few times to see different people, actually. It's quite a good place. So this is Albion Street, one of the sort of original bits of Leeds again, although as I said, they've built onto it here and there over the years. This again takes you into the shopping district, which is a lot of Leeds city centre actually. And down this road here where I'm facing is where I pulled out of the car park to start the video. So as I say, I've done a bit of a sort of short loop of it, but it gives you a good idea of exactly how Leeds has changed over the years, in particular if you've lived here, you know, all your life or most of your life. So I'll just drive down here and I'll stop the video. Around the corner here that's the car park we pulled out of, right there. So just pull over and I will turn the camera off.